The district season has featured some highs and lows for McKinney Boyd under Coach Dean Christian, who joins us now. And Dean, yet through all of that, your Broncos sit at 4th place, tied for the final playoff spot in 10-5A. How would you assess the first 7 games of district play?
Well, like you said, it's been up and down, only in that we were hoping to steal a couple, and we weren't able to do that. And then, unfortunately, we dropped one that we felt we should have had. But then we had some good wins, and guys started playing well. So overall, I'd give us a low B, high C. You know, I mean, of course, you always want to get better, and you always feel like you can play better. But I was proud of the kids in the way that they fought in the first half, and I'm looking forward to the second half.
Overall, Dean, your team has won 2 of 3 here in the district. In fact, a big win over South Garland on Friday night. 51-35 was the best defensive performance by your team here in the district season. What did you like the most about that victory?
Well, it seemed like we got our mojo back. Friday night, we were kind of like our old selves again, in that the defense led the way, and we were able to make some shots. So it was exciting. We had a lot of enthusiasm, and it was a nice basketball environment.
Mike Darling stepped up, 15 points in that one. I remember last year as a junior, you called him your Mr. Everything because he could play just about every position on the floor. What do you like about Darling here as a senior?
You know, Mike finally has come into his own, and he's been carrying the leadership role for us all season, and then it kind of all came together for him on Friday night. He was able to push the ball from the guard spot. He was able to drive and score it from the forward spot, and then he was also able to score inside as we invert the floor sometime, and he was able to take advantage of his speed and quickness on the inside. So he had a great game. He hit some shots, and he was able to use his quickness at other times. So it was exciting to watch him do the things that we had always felt he was capable of doing, and the things that he's been working very, very hard to do. So to see a guy play that well, it was really inspiring for the whole team.
And Darling's production is crucial, especially after the loss of junior Jawan Sykes, who was just settling into a role as a starter for your team when he and his family withdrew Jawan from school, moved back to Australia. First of all, how has that affected you and your team?
Well, it's affected us in a standpoint that he was family. And he had worked so hard to get in the position that he was in. He was able to start some games for us. But he was playing major minutes. He and Mike were sharing that position. He was actually a very, very capable backup for Mike, so Mike didn't have to play as long. Mike got hurt over the holiday season, and Jawan stepped in, and while Mike was out, and he started for us, and he played very well. So we were very excited about his progress and his contribution to the team, but more importantly, the biggest impact was the fact that we lost a family member, and you know, our prayers go out to he and his family, and we're just hoping that they can find, you know, the balance that they're looking for and the life that they're looking for, and hopefully whatever it is that they desire will come to them back in Australia. But we're going to miss him.
It seems like your team is regrouping from that, and it's also regrouping on the floor. What happened after a 1-3 start in district play? The fact that you're in this position is a testament to how you've been able to rebound, and that 1-3 start included a loss to North Garland, which currently sits in last place, and yet you've been able to gather yourselves and move on from that.
Yes. The way that our district is set up and the games that we play are set up, if you look at the standings, the teams that are top of the bracket just so happen to be the first games that we play in district play. And you know, there was a ranking done at one point, and of course we were ranked last, and so you play the first team first and the second team second, and so that's how it went. So we were definitely looking for a better outcome against North Garland. That was right after the Naaman Forest game, and we didn't rebound quick enough after that loss. That loss kind of cut into our mental psyche a little bit. You know, young people it was hard for them to rebound from that because they really thought that we had an opportunity there, and they still do. I mean, we still have another opportunity with them. But the way the games are set up, we should do better as the district goes on. And so we're really looking forward to the second round. We're a confident team right now. South Garland beat Naaman Forest about 2 weeks ago. So handling them the way we did and knowing that they were able to beat the #1 team in the district was definitely a boost for us. And not so much that they beat them and we beat them, but just the way we played against them and the way we were able to come together. You know, this district is really, really tough. And I think on any given night, anyone can beat anybody. And it's been proven. There's been some upsets. We've been involved in one, of course, and hopefully we can be involved in another one a different way.
Well, you nearly pulled an upset last week. Last Tuesday, you played awfully well on the road against the team that currently shares the lead in District 10 5A, that being Rowlett, lost by 7 after you held a halftime lead. What did you learn about your team in that battle? Well,
we realized that we could compete with the upper echelon and that, you know, if we played our game and were buoyed and were true to who we are, that we would have a chance in any game that we played, whether it's on the road or at home. So that was a tremendous boost for us. I mean, I hate saying there's any moral victories, but it was sort of a moral victory playing that well there. They had a hot third. Mike Darling was in some foul trouble, and that was one of the first games after Jawan was gone. So we're still trying to figure out how we were going to adjust for those minutes, we, you know, because of their height, it was a little challenging, but we've come up with something that we think is going to be effective down the stretch here. But it was inspiring. I just wish that the basket hadn't gotten so big for Jeffrey Carroll. I mean, he must have saw the ocean out there because he was throwing it in from everywhere. He's a very good player that we ran into. No doubt about it. One of the top players in the district. Martez Butler had a great game against Rowlett, put up a double-double, 16 points and 10 rebounds, really battled down low, even though he's undersized at 6'3". Right. The junior he seems like he continues to make strides here. He's getting better every day. I want to, we had talked earlier before we got on air about Faisal Mansour and how his point production has gone down. It's not that he's doing that bad. It's actually he's still helping the team. People are playing him differently. They're isolating a defender on him. So guys like Tez and guys like Mike and guys like Mikhail and Dalen are finding that their driving lanes and the weak side help after drives isn't there when Faisal's in the game because they're solely committing a guy to him. And Tez is taking advantage of the fact that, hey, when he makes his move to the middle, there's no weak side help because they're fearful of Faisal, as they should be. So he's still doing his job for us, but he's also making guys like Tez better, and Tez is taking advantage of it. He's done a great job rebounding, but he's also done a great job scoring. And then Mikhail and Dalen and Chris Stanton, who comes off the bench, are all three attacking the rim and scoring layups because the weak side help isn't coming off of Faisal. So it's still a hand-in-hand, a team concept, a system situation. It's just that Faisal's helping us now by not scoring, if you can believe that. He's still doing his job, so we're excited about that.
That's your system. You don't rely on one guy to score. It's always a collective effort. And with Mansour, it's going to be a matter of time. While, yes, he's been stuck in single digits at times, he's receiving a lot more attention. You know, there will be a point where he will break out.
Absolutely. And when we're winning without his points, you know, that's a good sign, and we're saying, you know, we're going to get his points. He's going to open up, and he's going to find the rim, and he's going to shoot well. So it's been exciting, and we're optimistic about the future. So,
Dean, certainly an important week for your club. Lakeview at home coming up Tuesday, followed by Garland, a team that you're tied with 4th place. You beat the Owls the first time around. What do you need more than anything from your club in these 2 games?
We definitely need to hold at home. I mean, when you're at home and you have a chance to play someone ahead of you in the standings, you have to leave it on the floor. You have to be excited about the opportunity, which we are, and you have to play with some confidence. And I'm looking forward to our ball club doing that. So Lakeview Centennial is, of course, a perennial powerhouse. They've already, you know, they're champions until someone knocks them out the box. And so we're looking forward to that opportunity, and that's that's one of the ones that you really like to have. And then on Friday, Garland's going to be tougher at home. They're a proud ball club, and they've been playing well since we played them last. And I know that they're looking forward to getting back in the ring with us. So that road game is one that is going to be pivotal as far as the whole district outlook looks.
Dean, best of luck going forward. We appreciate the
Thank
time.
you very much. It's always good to see you.
No doubt about it.
Appreciate you having me.
You got it. Dean Christian, head coach of the Boyd Broncos, a team that looks to make a charge as the second half of district play begins.